With the United States expanding, you have to ask why. What's the motivation behind it? And there's numerous things. First of all, there's a need for markets, right? The United States, by the time you get to the late 19th century, is the most productive nation on earth. Well, all that production means absolutely nothing if you don't have anybody to sell it to, right? So we're going to expand our markets so that to the outside world, so that they can buy all the stuff that's being made in the United States. So the need for markets is one reason why we are looking at other places. Another motivation behind expansion is going to be the rise of the United States as a naval power. At the end of the 19th century, there's going to be a very important book that's written by a man named Alfred Thayer Mahan. The book is called The Influence of Sea Power Upon History. What it basically argues is that if you want to become one of the big boys, if you want to become a great power, you need to do what the British are doing. And when you think of British world power, the late 19th century, early 20th century, what do you think of? You think of a navy, all right? The British have a kick-ass navy, therefore your nation needs a kick-ass navy. So Alfred Thayer Mahan is going to argue that in the United States to become a world power on the with on par with nations like Britain, it needs a major navy. Well, this is going to inspire a lot of nations, not just the United States, but one nation in particular is going to be Imperial Germany. We'll talk more about that when we get into World War I. But nevertheless, the United States is going to basically build a big navy. Now, this is not the age of nuclear-powered ships, where basically the only thing that limits a range of a ship that's nuclear-powered is the crew, in terms of food and water, right? So this is the time period of gas-powered, of oil-powered ships and coal-powered ships, right? So you need to have fueling stations for these ships. So if you look at the map of the United States when it comes to its expansion in the late 19th century, a lot of these are islands, particularly in the Pacific. Hawaii, Guam, the Philippines, for example, are all not just good places for markets, they're also good places to put your ships in terms of refueling stations, all right? So the United States is going to use these new territories as refueling stations for its bigger navy. Finally, you're going to have racism. There's going to be a guy named Josiah Strong, and he's a major proponent of conservative Darwinism, or survival of the fittest. And he's going to basically say that it's going to be the spreading of what we call WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, right? And Josiah Strong said that the Anglo-Saxon race is, and I quote, divinely commissioned to be his brother's keeper. This powerful race will move down upon Mexico, down upon Central and South America, out upon the islands of the sea, over upon Africa and beyond, and can anyone doubt that the result of the competition of the races will be survival of the fittest? This is what they're saying, and so this is part of the reason why the United States is going to expand into other areas. However, no nation is going to be accepted as a power unless it is able to beat another power. All right. For example, the Philadelphia Eagles, who won the Super Bowl just a couple days after before this this video was made, is not going to be. They're not going to be taken seriously until they actually win the Super Bowl, and it's even better if they can beat the biggest team out there, the New England Patriots. Now they did. Now it'll be interesting to see whether or not the Philadelphia Eagles is going to maintain its power within the NFL, right? So the United States needs to find somebody to go and beat the crap out of when it comes to becoming a great power in the world. Well, they're going to find a power that they can beat and be able to be taken more seriously on the world stage. That power is going to be Spain and will be the subject of our next video.